There are few things more annoying than watching your fuel gauge drop faster than usual while your engine sounds a bit rougher at idle, all because of a sensor you probably never think about until it fails. We are talking about the code P2A03, which translates to O2 sensor circuit range performance on bank 2, sensor 1. This is a generic code that can pop up on anything from a Nissan to a Dodge. Let us decode the location first so you're not chasing the wrong part. Bank 2 is the side of the engine that does not have cylinder number 1, and sensor 1 means it is the upstream sensor, the one located before the catalytic converter, right on the exhaust manifold. This sensor is the nose of your car's computer. It sniffs the exhaust gas to measure how much oxygen is left over after combustion. It compares that inside oxygen to the outside air and sends a voltage signal back to the computer. When everything is working perfectly, this voltage should bounce up and down rapidly between 0.1 and 0.9 volts, telling the computer to add fuel or cut fuel. The code P2A03 means this sensor is lazy, stuck, or giving numbers that simply do not make sense for the current driving condition. It's a performance code, meaning the sensor is not necessarily dead, but it's not telling the truth. Because this sensor dictates your fuel mixture, driving with this code means you're likely burning way more gas than necessary and potentially clogging your catalytic converter, which is a very pricey repair. Before you just go buy a new sensor, which can be expensive, you need to rule out the sneaky causes. Exhaust leaks are the biggest culprit here. If you have a crack in the manifold or a leaking gasket near that sensor, fresh air gets sucked in, fooling the sensor into thinking the engine is running lean. So, listen for ticking sounds when you start the engine cold. Also, check for vacuum leaks under the hood, like a cracked hose, which can mess up the mixture. If the engine is physically sound with no leaks, then you look at the wiring. These wires run near extremely hot exhaust pipes, so look for melted insulation or burnt connectors. If the wiring is good and there are no leaks, then yes, the sensor element itself is likely contaminated or worn out, and replacing it is your next step. But always check for leaks first, or you'll just ruin the new sensor too.